Good morning, friends. This is Eric from Free NBA Daily Bets podcast and the YouTube show. I'm feeling great. It's a beautiful Sunday morning, March 2nd. It's sunny where I'm at on the East Coast, and it's chilly outside today, guys. It's chilly, but I'm feeling good. Won my 5-unit max bet winner yesterday with the Philadelphia 76ers as they won outright against the Golden State Warriors. So I'm feeling good, guys. Let's get into it. First game up. It's a 1 o'clock p.m. Eastern Standard Time start, guys. So the game starts in a couple hours, and it is the Boston Celtics hosting the Denver Nuggets. -3.5 is Boston, the home favorite. Total is sitting at 234. And let's take a look at the injury situation. So Aaron Gordon for the Nuggets, he is questionable. And that's it. Everyone else is good to go in this game, guys. And he did miss the last game at Detroit. So we'll have to see if he actually plays or not today. He may not, guys. But I think he does because Detroit was the second night of a back-to-back. I think Aaron Gordon plays. If you think that matters, I think he does play. This is the last game on their road trip. They play at home Wednesday against Sacramento. So they get 2 days off after this, guys. So this is like, hey, unload the tank. Let's get after it. Let's try to beat Boston. For the Celtics, let's see. They got a lot of injuries on here, guys. Drew Holiday is doubtful. Kristaps Porzingis is doubtful. Jaylen Brown is questionable. So Jaylen Brown played last game, even though he was questionable. But Holiday and Porzingis missed the game. And so like the Celtics, when they miss like one starter, that's okay. They have enough talent, like against the elite teams, to still have a really good chance of winning. When they miss two players, like they did last game against the Cavaliers, and like what they're probably going to have today with Drew Holiday and Porzingis out again against Denver, like another another top 6, 8, like basically top 8 team in the league, top 10 team in the league, like. It raises doubt in my mind about the Celtics being able to win this game, guys. I'm not going to lie, because like I love their bench. Excuse me, guys. I like Peyton Pritchard. I like Sam Hauser. I like Al Horford. I like Luke Cornett. I like all those guys. But when you're going against Joker and the Denver Nuggets, and like Russell Westbrook's on the bench and he's really good and he's clicking, like Denver's playing really well. You know, I don't know, guys. I think that +3.5 is the right side. I know it's like crazy because you're like, dang, is Boston really going to lose, what is it, 3 in a row now? Is that what they're looking at? Yeah, 3 in a row. They very well could lose 3 in a row, guys. They could. They haven't lost 3 in a row all season. But I don't know, guys. I mean, I can only look Denver +3.5. I think Denver is certainly live to win this game. The only thing is this, guys, is that Boston plays better defense. So I mean, if what's his face is out, if Jaylen Brown is out, I will be betting the Nuggets. Like I don't care if it's a pick 'em. I hope he's out. I don't think he's going to be out, but that's what I'm feeling. Now last game, that total went over for Boston, 123-116 against the Cavaliers. I mean, both teams really couldn't miss. Denver couldn't miss against Detroit. 1 o'clock start. I feel like it's going to go over. That's my hunch. Let's see what the over/under trends are for these two teams real quick, and then we'll move on to the next game. Denver is 60% to the over at 36 overs and 24 unders. Boston is 27 overs to 33 unders, 55% to the under. So contrasting styles. I lean over, guys. All right, next game. We got a lot of games. Let's keep going. We got the Trailblazers at the Cavaliers, and the line is -11 to Cleveland. Whoa, -11. Oh my gosh, guys. I want to bet the Trailblazers, guys. I do. Man. Okay, total is at 235.5, 235. Yeah. All right, let's take a look. I know for the Trailblazers, Denny Avdija and Jeremy Grant are questionable. I think both of them missed last game as well. And I really like Avdija, guys. He drives to the bucket really, really well. Gets to the free throw line, finishes well. He can shoot. Like I watched him a couple games. Like he's legit, guys. He's legit. He's a really, really solid player for them. Obviously, Jeremy Grant is a veteran. He can shoot the three ball well sometimes. Everyone else looks good to go. Robert Williams, is he out or is he questionable? He's out. Robert Williams is out, so it'll be Klingon, the rookie, and everyone else good to go. So for Cleveland, let's take a look real quick. Oh, Donovan Mitchell's on the injury report? Stop it. Oh, he's out? Oh, wow, guys. Oh, no. The head of the snake is out of the game? No. Okay. Well, that's exciting. We have our first bet of the day. This is my first time looking at the lines, guys. I have a little bit of time to myself right now, so I'm taking advantage of it, meaning like I'm enjoying my nights the night before. I'm not like rushing to do this podcast in the middle of the night. So, guys, Donovan Mitchell is super key, obviously, right? But more so because he's just the leader. And with him not out there, like they've done okay, but just look at this. I already know off the top of my head, guys. This is how like much I follow the NBA. So they played at Detroit on Wednesday, February 5th without Donovan Mitchell. They only won by 3. They were lucky to win that game. And then against Toronto at home on Thursday, January 9th, I remember he did not play, and they only won 132-126. So they didn't cover the last 2 games where Donovan Mitchell didn't play. I'm pretty sure those are the last 2 games where Mitchell did not play. And I don't think they cover this game, guys. Portland can score. Portland can shoot the ball really, really well. They play with a lot of pace. And I'm telling you guys, like him being out is huge. Let's see, Portland's scheduling spot. They've won 4 in a row. They have covered only 3 out of those 4. And they play Monday at Philadelphia. So this is the first of a back-to-back for them. But again, when you play in the afternoon, this is a 3:30 p.m. Eastern start time. So this is plenty of time to travel. They'll get done with the game around 6 o'clock. They'll get on the airplane around like 9 o'clock, get to Philly by like 10:15, get to your hotel by like 11:30 at the latest at night. Like, very smooth travel spot for them. I will be on Portland Trailblazers today, guys, for sure. No doubt about it. For that over-under, I do lean over. But gosh, guys, it's so difficult to keep betting Cleveland over. Like, they're 66% to the over. But the only thing is Portland just – I've watched a couple of their games recently. They just shoot the ball with like 18 seconds left on the shot clock. Like, they don't care, guys. They just run up and down the floor. So, okay, next game up. We've got the – man, sorry, guys. I got really excited. Portland, that smells like easy money today. We got the Chicago Bulls at the Indiana Pacers. Line is minus 10.5 to Indiana. Excuse me. And the over-under is 242. So just initial reaction to that line, plus 10.5 feels like way too many points for the Bulls. This Bulls team is incredibly scrappy right now, guys. Incredibly scrappy. I think they covered every single spread since the All-Star break. Yeah, they have. They've covered every single spread since the All-Star break. Covered at New York, covered in a home loss to Phoenix, won 142-110 at Philadelphia, covered as a 9-point dog against the Clippers and a loss at home by 5. And then they were lucky as shit. Oh my gosh. That game frustrated the crap out of me. Kobe White had a 4-point play. The Toronto Raptors were up 4 points with 6 seconds to go. Emmanuel Quickley fouls Kobe White with 3 seconds to go. And he makes a 3. And he makes the free throw. Then they go to overtime. And they score like 20 points in overtime and win 125-115. Just like, freaking Raptors, man. So now they get Indiana. Let's see. The last time they played Indiana, they lost January 8th, 129-113. That was at Indiana. They lost 132-123 at home against Indiana. And that's it. So they must play him one more time. They do on March 10th. Okay, so let's see. I know Ayo Dosunmu, he's out for the rest of the year. He's undergoing surgery. Oh, wow. They got a lot of people on their injury report today, guys. Vucevic is out. Okay, so I might be on Indiana. I'm already looking at this injury report. Let me see here. Why is Kobe White? So there's like... So ESPN is not showing me what their real designation is. It just says Kobe White finished with 4 steals and blah, blah, blah. Josh Giddey finished with 19 points. Like, they're not telling me anything about their injuries. So, Kevin Huerter is questionable. It says that. Lonzo Ball is probable. Vucevic is out. Let's see. So, dang, this is big, guys. What time does this game start at? This game starts at 5 o'clock. And I really like Indiana right now. Let's see Indiana's injury designation. Excuse me. Benedict Mathurin is the only guy on there. He might be out, or he is out. I don't really care if he plays or not. He's a good player, but he doesn't change the point spread, in my opinion. Let's see here. So they just lost at Miami, 125-120. Before that, they beat Toronto at home, 111-91. Excuse me, guys. They play Tuesday at home against Houston. This is the thing. Well, they're coming off a loss. Them off a loss, they do focus. They do focus pretty well. So even if they're playing a lesser opponent, they do focus. So they lost. Let's see how they've done on Sundays, because I know this team likes to party, man. Oh, they beat the Clippers on Sunday at home. Okay, so that kind of disproves that theory there. Okay, so I think they're going to be ready to go today, guys. I can only look Indiana minus 10.5. I think I am going to get there, depending on the Bulls' injury situation. Over unders 242. Ooh, I kind of like that under, guys. Let me see. Let me refresh and see what Indiana's at. They're at 55%. Chicago is at 50% now. I still do, because if all those people are out for Chicago, like Chicago can put up a lot of points when they have a lot of their offensive players, especially Giddey, like controlling everything. And but if Giddey's out, I like that game under, guys. I got to write that down. Okay, so we got Indy minus 10, and then Chicago, Indy under 242. I like that a lot, guys. Next game up, we've got the New York Knicks at the Miami Heat. Over-unders at 220.5. Spreads at plus 6.5 for the Heat. Are we serious right now? Wow, guys. These lines are kind of jumping out at me right now. For the Knicks, Josh Hart is probable. Mitchell Robinson is probable. So they have their entire team available. Okay, well, that kind of makes me think a little differently now. I thought Karl-Anthony Towns was questionable. So everyone's good to go for them. They're off a really nice win, come-from-behind win against the Memphis Grizzlies on the road. Looks like they're back to their winning ways a little bit. They're in a nice little groove since Karl-Anthony Towns is back playing more consistently. They play at home against Golden State, so no back-to-back here. Let's see, the last game against Miami, how did that go for them? That was all the way back on Wednesday, October 30th. They won by 9. And they play Miami Monday, March 17th. That'll be their last one. So, let's look at Miami. I know Miami, Andrew Wiggins, I think, is out. But everybody else is good to go, it looks like. Yeah, Andrew Wiggins is doubtful. Jaime Jaquez Jr., he hasn't been playing a lot this year, but I think he's questionable. Guys. I like Miami still at home, plus 6.5. They just beat Indiana as a 4.5 point underdog. They've won 2 in a row at home. Third game of a 4-game homestand. This is the front end of a back-to-back, but they played the Wizards, so it's basically like not a back-to-back. I still like +6.5. Sorry, guys. That just feels a little too rich. A little too rich for a Heat team that's really cooking with grease at home right now. I think this game stays close. Over under 220.5 for a Knicks game. I mean, the Knicks have been playing more defense recently. They have. They got to 227 against Memphis. Let's see. Gave up 118. I mean, they've been focusing on defense last two games because they gave up a crap ton of points against Cleveland and Boston the two games prior, and they stressed defense. And I mean, the games are a lot more competitive defensively. Miami, they've been putting up 131, 125 points in their last two games, shooting the ball really, really well. I mean, Indiana doesn't play any defense. I don't know. I still think that over-under is a little low. Miami's 32-26 to the over. Kind of surprising. New York is 33-25 to the over, 57%. I lean over 220. I think Miami Heat team total over 106.5 might be a really nice look. I don't know. I see points in that game, guys. I think that total's too low. Let me write that down. New York Knicks, Miami over 220. I mean, I could be wrong. They do like to play a lot of defense when they meet each other, when they play against each other, but still, these teams are shooting the ball pretty well right now. They're getting to 110 like no problem. Okay, I do like Miami +6.5 and lean over 220.5 as well. Okay, sorry. One last thing here. We got Miami +6.5. Okay, next game up. We got the Toronto Raptors at the Orlando Magic. And for the Toronto Raptors, they are healthy. Very healthy. Ochai Agbaji is the only guy on there, and he is out. Everybody else is good to go. Even Jakob Poeltl. Even Scotty Barnes. And they're off that loss to the Bulls, like I mentioned, where they should have won. They've lost 3 in a row now. They are playing a lot of defense. Now, I haven't looked at the total for this game yet, guys. But I'm telling you right now, it's probably super low because Toronto's played really good defense of late. Even at Chicago, they played really good defense. And we all know Orlando likes playing defense, guys. If I had to guess, I bet this over-under's at like 205.5. Let's take a look. Let's see what it's at. It's at 209.5. I even think that's just a little too high, guys. I think winner gets to 100, like a low hundreds. Like, I think the winner wins the game like 105, high 90s or something like that. I mean, before overtime, it was like, what? Let's see how many points it was. It was like 10. It was 110 to 110. Oh, okay. So they did score a little more points in Chicago than I thought they did. Let's see, guys. Them on the road, they lost to Indiana. That was second night of back-to-back. A lot of people sat out that game. They won at Philly. They kept it competitive at Houston. Kept it competitive. Well, they beat Atlanta twice on the road. That was everybody healthy as well. Like, this team's really good when they're healthy, guys. I think they do play Tuesday against each other again in Orlando, so these guys are just camped out at Disney World right now. Well, I don't know that, but I'm just trying to make a joke. So let's see Orlando's health, their roster. They are 100% healthy except for Jalen Suggs and Mo Wagner. So everyone else is good to go. Let's take a look at. So is Cole Anthony starting? He should starting. Anthony Black's trash, guys. He is trash. Let's take a look. They've lost 2 in a row. Goodness sakes. They did. No, they didn't cover against Golden State. They were close to covering, but they did not cover. They didn't cover against Cleveland at home. They're in the midst of what? This is their 5th home game of a 7-game homestand. let's see what happened against their last game. They lost to Toronto at Toronto 109-93. They beat Toronto at Toronto on January 3rd, 106-97. And see, that's what I'm saying, guys. That's the score right there, 106-97. That's exactly what I feel like it's going to be. And then they lost 109-93. Like, that's what I'm saying. This over-under still feels a little too high. It's still even, like, I mean, you would think, like, Orlando would get some overs here because they're 23-38. They're 62% to the under. But I'm telling you guys, I mean, this is like Toronto loves playing defense. They're 31-29 over under, so slightly over. I still think 209.5 is just a little too much. Just a little too much. I'm not gonna play it, but that's the only way I could look. I'm trying to figure out a way for me to like Orlando minus 7.5, but I'm telling you, I think 7.5 for the Raptors. Or maybe, I don't want to say their team total over. I don't want to say that, but 209 be 105 minus 3, 101.5. I don't trust that, guys. But plus 7.5 in an under type game, I like that, guys. I really do like that. Even though Orlando's lost 2 in a row, I like Toronto plus 7.5. Okay, let's go to the next game up. We have the Oklahoma City Thunder at the San Antonio Spurs. They are minus 13.5 point favorites. Over-unders at 236. Now, the Spurs are off that win at Memphis last night. Very good win for them. Not like awful travel from from Memphis to San Antonio. And, man, sorry, excuse me, guys. I should have bet them yesterday, now that I thought about it, because Greg Popovich just met with this team for the first time in since October or November when he left with his heart issue. And, apparently it was really emotional. He was crying and all that stuff. And, they went out and they freaking, I don't know, won the game for him or not. But last night they went out and won. But now this is the first home game since that. I don't know if he'll be in attendance. I don't think he will be because he doesn't want it to be about him. He wants to be about the players. So I don't know if he shows up or not. But maybe he does. Maybe he does. Let's check the minutes logged last night for the Spurs against the Grizzlies. Let's see. 35 minutes De'Aaron Fox. 33 minutes Devin Vassell. Sochan 30 minutes. Kelvin Johnson 30 minutes. Stephon Castle 32 minutes. Now, they finally shot the three-pointer well, finally, but guess why they did? Because they played the Grizzlies, who don't play defense. It's crazy, guys. So, people say Dyson Daniels shouldn't get Defensive Player of the Year because he plays on the Hawks, who give up 130 points a game. Well, not like that. I mean, I'm exaggerating. They give up 117 points a game, something like that. But, why does Jaren Jackson Jr. get Defensive Player of the Year? His team gives up, 120 points all the time as well. I know they both play fast, but, I mean, let's be fair, guys. My opinion, I think Dyson Daniels is the Defensive Player of the Year. I don't think it's even close, guys. God's honest truth. I think these big guys getting this Defensive Player of the Year award way too often. What Dyson Daniels is doing this year is just incredible. Okay, so Oklahoma City, let's see their injury report. Chet Holmgren is out. Isaiah Joe is out. Okay. Those are two key guys for them. They're so deep, though. Oklahoma City's so deep. I mean, they still got Hardenstein. They still got Caruso, Case and Wallace on the bench. Aaron Wiggins on the bench. Not Case and Wallace on the bench. Sorry. They still got Caruso, Aaron Wiggins on the bench. And Jalen Williams, the other Jalen Williams. So, I mean, they're good, guys. They're good. I mean, they're so deep on the bench, man. It doesn't even matter. They just beat Atlanta by a million. Not by a million, but 135-19. This is the last of their homestand. They do play at home. I mean, a road trip. They do play at home tomorrow, so this is the front end of a back-to-back for them. They play Houston, much more important game than San Antonio. They're playing well right now. They haven't been covering a lot, though. They've only covered one game in their last 4. Guys. Let me see the Spurs schedule here really quickly, and then I'll look at what I feel like my thoughts are. I mean, I kind of like plus 13.5 for the home dog. They didn't play a ton of minutes. I mean, De'Aaron Fox did, but he's used to that. They play at home against Brooklyn on Tuesday. Yeah, I'm not going to bet this game, most likely. I'm tired of trying to fade the Thunder. They're pissing me off. Every time I fade them, they cover, and not the other way, so it's really annoying. But I can only look plus 14. There's plus 14s popping up for San Antonio. And the over-under, I only look over right now with the Spurs, the way that they're playing really fast. Just hopefully they shoot the ball well again. But, yeah, that's the only way I'm looking for that game, guys. Okay, 3 games left. Next game up, we got the New Orleans Pelicans at the Utah Jazz. Wow, Pelicans are minus 7.5 point favorites. Why? Why, guys? Why am I gonna bet the Pelicans 7 points on the road? That makes no sense at all. Okay, Utah has a lot of injuries. Walker Kessler's out. Colin Sexton's out. Like, what is this, guys? Rest? This is just blatant tanking. The Jazz are literally, like, they've been doing it all year, but they're blatantly tanking. Like, what is this? Walker Kessler had an illness. He played through it the other night. Now he needs rest? They didn't play yesterday, guys. I don't think they played yesterday. No, they didn't play yesterday. So, like, why does he need rest? It's just like the NBA needs to step in and start finding these teams. Like, legitimately just start finding these teams. This is ridiculous. Colin Sexton is out. He's fresh off an injury. I mean, that's understandable. Jordan Clarkson, he's out. His foot's bothering him, I guess, again. Probably not, but it is. On here, John Collins is ruled out. Lauri Markkanen is ruled out. So, I like the Jazz's young guys. So, they'll start probably Isaiah Collier, Keontae George, Cody Williams, KJ Martin, Kyle Filipowski. They'll have Bryce Sensabaugh on the bench. Micah Potter on the bench. They'll have Johnny Juzang on the bench. You know, it's not terrible. It's really not terrible. Let's see what happened with the schedule here with the Jazz. So this is front end back to back. They play Detroit tomorrow, March 3rd. They're fresh off a win against Minnesota. See, this is that bullshit right here. Every time they get a win, the next game they sit people. Every single freaking time. It is so blatantly tanking. It is ridiculous. So ridiculous, guys. So ridiculous. Like, honestly, the NBA lottery, it should just go to the bottom 10 teams are all equal. It's all equal percentage chances to get the number 1 pick in the draft. Like, that's how it should go. Then you get rid of all this tanking. You get rid of all this stuff. Like, if they're healthy enough to play, they need to suit their ass up and go out there and play, man. It's bullshit. New Orleans. Let's see their injuries. They're very healthy. So, let's see. Man, they're super healthy. Everyone's good to go, guys, except for Brandon Boston, but he doesn't matter. On the bench, they got Bruce Brown, Jordan Hawkins, Jose Alvarado, and Carlo Makovic, who I like Makovic. He's played pretty well. Starters, CJ McCollum, Trey Murphy, Zion Williamson, Kelly Olynyk. Kelly Olynyk's been balling for him. Okay, I can see why they're minus 7.5 point favorites. I still don't trust them to win by that on the road. I still don't. But if I had to play it, I would play minus 7.5. The Pelicans. They've won 3 out of their last 5 games since the All-Star break, and they've covered 1, 2, 3. They're 3-2 covering. They play at Los Angeles against the Lakers on Tuesday. And let's see, have these two teams played each other yet this year? Utah? Oh yeah, they had to. They're in the Western Conference. Let's see what's happening. Oh, they beat them twice at home. They beat them twice already. Man, New Orleans is coming off a bad loss to Phoenix on Friday. What's the total? Let me see. The Pelicans team total might be a really good play. Oh my gosh, guys, I think that's a really good play. 230, 115 plus 3. I think Pelicans team total over. It'll be like 117.5. I think that's a pretty good bet. I think they get after it. I think they get after it, guys. Okay, let's go to the next game. Oh, man, it's my favorite team in the world, the Phoenix Suns. That is sarcasm, guys. Complete sarcasm. So they're hosting the Minnesota Timberwolves, who I don't think they've beaten since last game of the season last year. They got swept by them in the playoffs, and I don't think they've beaten them this year yet. Let's take a look at the injuries real quick. Rudy Gobert's out for this game. Oh, Julius Randle's questionable. He might actually play in this game, guys. Interesting. He kind of stagnates the offense, though. I don't really love Julius Randle being in there if he does play today. Let's see. Anthony Edwards is coming back from his suspension because he got a technical. Too many technicals on the season. When you get like 15 or 16 technicals, you miss the next game. It's an automatic suspension, and that's what happened. That's why he missed the game at Utah. Everyone else is good to go. Let's see if they've lost to Phoenix this year. No, they beat them November 17th. And they beat them Wednesday, January 29th. So no. So they have beaten them 6 times in a row. They're on a 2-game losing streak right now. They lost at the Lakers, lost at the Jazz by 1. Before that, they beat OKC. They've only won 2 games in their last 8 games, guys. They're 2-6 in their last 8. Not good. They're due for a win, guys. They're due for the win. I don't. Oh man, guys. I'm just. Let's see. Let's just look at the injury report for Phoenix really quick. Bradley Beal's questionable. Grayson Allen's probable. Monte Morris is questionable. Oh my gosh, guys. I'm not betting this game. I can't, guys. I think Minnesota wins the game, but I don't know, guys. No back-to-back for either team. Both teams play on Tuesday. I don't know, guys. The reason why I don't want to bet this game is because, and I shouldn't get this way, but I've bet Phoenix to beat Minnesota like literally 6 times in a row. No, like 5 times in a row, dating back to the playoffs last year. Maybe even 6 times in a row. And I've actually probably had a slight loss just because I bet them first quarter, first half, and they actually do cover against Minnesota first quarter, first half. They just never win the game. So I think Minnesota wins the game, but this is probably the game where Phoenix beats them for once. So let's see the over-under. Over-under is 231.5. That feels a little high. Just a little bit. Let me see what the over-under stats are for these two teams. Minnesota's 33-28 to the over. Phoenix is where's Phoenix at? 31-29 to the over. So 51%. Phoenix. I don't know, guys. Phoenix isn't interested in playing any defense right now. I lean over that total. I'll think about it. I'll think about Timberwolves over the total maybe, but I don't know. Okay, last game up. We got the rematch of the Clippers at the Lakers. And Clippers are minus 3-point favorites. Just because they lost the last game, guys, does not mean they win the next game. This is the revenge angle spot that like everyone's going to be on the Clippers because they lost the last game against the Lakers on Friday night. And Norman Powell is, I think he's probable for this game. Yeah, Norman Powell's probable. He's finally going to play in a game this year. Well, post All-Star break, I mean. Derek Jones is out. So, let's see. So, the bench will have Bogdanovich, Amir Coffey, Ben Simmons, Batum. Their starters are there, though, guys. They got James Harden, Chris Dunn, Norman Powell, Kawhi Leonard, Zubac. Let me see the Lakers. Let's see. I think Luka and LeBron are probable. See if there's anybody else. Oh, yeah, Rui Hachimura is out. Oh, Austin Reeves has a situation, too. I forgot about that. Oh, he's doubtful for this game Sunday. I mean, I know he left the game last game against the Clippers, but I think LeBron and Luka play again. Let me see who else is injured. Jordan Goodwin. Who cares about Jordan Goodwin? So it'll probably be Luka, Gabe Vincent, Dorian Finney-Smith, LeBron James, Jackson Hayes. The bench would be Jared Vanderbilt, Dalton Knecht. Man. Bronny might play in this game, guys. Bronny might play in this game. I mean, they're kind of thin at the guard position with Austin Reeves and maybe Jordan Goodwin out as well. Yeah, I might bet the Clippers today, guys. I might actually do that. Lakers have won 5 in a row. I mean, I'm not saying they're due for a loss. They're playing. I mean, they're playing really damn well. Clippers are not playing great. They've won 1 game out of their last 5. 1-4 in their last 5 since the All-Star break. They play at Phoenix on Tuesday. Lakers play Tuesday. Yeah, you know what? Sign me up for the Clippers tonight, guys. I'll be on the Clippers. I almost played them last game, and I didn't. I like them this game. I think Austin Reeves is so crucial to that team. Even though you have LeBron and you have Luka, like Austin Reeves is just so crucial for that team, guys. And I know they won without him in the second half last game. But, you know, the Clippers didn't have Norman Powell, and I think, you know, people stepped up, is what I'm saying. Like, I think, you know, people show, like, their true shooting percentages, their true form, and which isn't great, you know, the rest of the Lakers players, so especially their bench. So, let's see what the over-under is. 220. Yeah, I can only look under again. I kind of like that under, actually. I'm going to write that down as well, too. Under 220. Okay, guys, that is the show. Hope you enjoyed it, and I will see you on the next episode.